Traveling to India for the first time can be a daunting experience, yet it can be the best experience you'll ever have. In this video, we'll give you a bit of insight of what to expect before traveling to India. India is one of the most enchanting countries to travel, with a range of diversity found nowhere else in the world. From the Himalayas and monasteries of the north to the palm-fringed beaches of the south, and the scorching desert of the west to the remote hill tribes of the far east. It's no wonder it's branded Incredible India. Traveling to India promises extraordinary experiences, incredible landscapes, the most stunning architecture, splendid food, a culture shock like no other, and much, much more. However, some travelers fail to experience the magnificence of India, as they are unable to overcome the challenges arising from the immense culture shock that some experience here. India is as chaotic as it is magnificent, and can leave you frustrated and wanting to leave even before the adventure has begun, especially if you don't know what to expect. With this video, we try to give you a perspective of how to overcome some of the challenges of traveling India and instill a go-with-the-flow attitude while traveling here. With that said, let's dive in. India is a country that divides opinions, and some travelers are not comfortable going. It's a shame, as India is a great country and has so much to offer. But it's a good idea to do some mental preparation before going here, especially if you haven't done much traveling before in Asia. How would you then prepare for a trip to India? Our best advice is to do some research based on other travelers' experiences. Read other travelers' blogs on India and watch other travel videos, in addition to this one. Also, it's a good idea to have at least the first few days booked in advance, with accommodation and airport transfer to avoid any stressful situation from day one. Most importantly, you should travel to India with an open mind and be prepared to get frustrated and shocked. Just embrace it, shake it off, and laugh about it the day after. And be prepared to experience extreme poverty from day one. Accommodation standards are not what you are used to. 5-star accommodation is often not close to being 5-star, and budget is really budget. The tourism in India consists of far more domestic tourists than it does Western tourists. As a result, you will experience that most hotels are designed and run to cater for Indians rather than foreigners. If you are used to 4 to 5-star hotels being unconditionally clean with good service and facilities, don't be surprised to be disappointed. As an example, Indians like to eat dinner in their rooms. As a result, restaurants are not the top priority, and you'll see hallways lined with half-empty dishes for housekeeping to remove. If you haven't been to India before, it's impossible to know exactly what to expect. If you have been there before, you know to expect the unexpected. Granted, this is probably one of the most cliché advice for India, but it is also so true, and one of the reasons why traveling here can be so rewarding. You don't expect bull carriages on the highway ramp getting stuck in traffic, yet you might experience that. Just like you don't expect a cow charging down a busy street at night having locals jump for their lives. Yet you might see that. In a nutshell, it's crazy. The taxi will zigzag through cars, scooters, tuk-tuks, cows, and other obstacles on the road. When stopping for red, poor people will approach your taxi often while carrying their small child, asking for some pocket change. Driving on the roads of Delhi, or any major city really, you will quickly learn that everyone thinks honking your horn will magically create a clear passage through the traffic. The traffic chaos and everything surrounding it is something you have to get used to if you are traveling in India for a while. As your local driver will tell you, the 3 most important things navigating India's traffic are good brakes, good horns, and good luck. There's also a certain charm to this chaos, believe it or not, except for the honking. In all honesty though, where else in the world do you find a capital city where cows block traffic and horse riding is a legit means of transportation? It is amazing, and to wander around in the old part of Delhi, amazed by this crazy yet fascinating chaos, is a special experience. Admittedly, this sounds contradictory, and some of you won't be able to see the charming side of Indian cities, but it's there. While your first impression might be that it is disgustingly dirty, it might take a bit longer to see past it and find the charm in it. Delhi has one of the highest population densities in the world, and unfortunately is also home to many very poor and homeless people, especially in the old part of town. This part of Delhi is also home to stray dogs, horses, rats, cows, and monkeys. So it's no wonder that especially this part of the city is so dirty. But come to any major city in India and want to experience new cultures and a completely different world. You should embrace this. Like most other countries with many tourists, there are locals trying to take advantage of foreigners' lack of knowledge of local customs. India is no different, and while most are happy to help and trustworthy, you should be wary of scams at all times, especially around major cities and tourist hotspots. Local sellers, taxi drivers, officials, and even seemingly religious people are known to trick tourists into overpaying or otherwise fool you. We can recommend searching for classic scams in India before you travel, as there are typical traps tourists fall into. You may also read more about scams in India on our website, bikudotravel.com, and under Inspiration, you'll find an article on backpacking India with many tips and tricks including scams. Thanks for watching our video. If you liked it and found it helpful, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends and family. Remember, you may at all times contact us for any help or questions you might have regarding India or any of our other destinations. Safe travels.